the day Rome was no longer untouchable. For almost 8 centuries, the city of Rome had seemed impossible to conquer. Most Romans believed their capital would stand forever. Then in 410 AD, and each new emperor found it harder to hold everything together. Then came 476 AD. A Germanic leader named Odoacer removed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, from power. Then in 410 AD, the impossible happened. Everything changed. The Visigoths, led by King Alaric, entered the city. For 3 days, Rome was looted, homes were ransacked, valuable treasures disappeared. Buildings were damaged. Even though much of the city remained standing, the psychological impact was devastating. People could hardly believe. The city that had ruled much of the known world had fallen into enemy hands. It wasn't the end of the empire just yet, but it was a clear warning. Rome was no longer unbeatable, and every enemy now knew it. Turns out, Rome's "Do Not Disturb" sign wasn't as effective as they hoped. The sack of Rome. After the sack of Rome, things continued to fall apart. More tribes crossed the empire's borders, the government became weaker, the military shrank. One surprising detail, the young emperor was likely still a teenager. The empire that had ruled millions of people ended under a ruler who had little chances of saving it. There was no massive final battle. No heroic last stand. The Western Roman Empire simply came to an end. After centuries of dominance, it was over. A legacy that never disappeared. But did Rome truly vanish? Not entirely. The Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital and Constantinople, continued for nearly another 1,000 years. Today. So what finally destroyed the Roman Empire? Historians say there were many reasons. In other words, Rome invented the original group project where everyone forgot to do their part. We know it as the Byzantine Empire. Roman laws continued shaping governments. Roman engineering inspired generations of builders. Latin gradually evolved into Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, and other languages. Many Roman roads, bridges, and aqueducts still survive today. So yes, the empire collapsed, but its influence never really did. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Even the greatest civilizations can fall when problems are ignored for too long, because sometimes the greatest threat isn't the enemy outside the gates, it's the cracks that quietly grow from within. If you've made it this far without declaring yourself emperor, congratulations, you're officially more patient than half of ancient Rome.